to the First Unitarian Church of Hobart, where we strive to put love at the center of how we show up in the world. I'm Rachel Kay, your worship associate this morning. Welcome to you, old friends and new, young and old. You are an essential part of our celebration today. Whether this is your first or your millionth time in our midst, we are stronger because you're with us. We are one people of many beliefs, many origins, sexualities, and genders. We are all growing, all learning, all loved. Just as you are welcome here. Our minister, Kathy Harrington, is on vacation, and our speaker today is our fellow congregant, Carl Wolf, who will be doing the fourth in a 5-part series of lay-led services based on the reading of the book, After the Good News, Progressive Faith Beyond Optimism. Since not everyone can attend in person, we are streaming the worship online, and we extend a special welcome to all who are joining us virtually. Welcome. Announcements. Another way that we walk together is by joining together for fun and fellowship. And in the interest of time, if you have an announcement to share, please send it in an email to Spark, the Spark email account, and by Wednesday afternoon. Speaking of fun, we have a live announcement from Tracy, our fun guy.
I know that wasn't as good an entrance as throwing candy, but you know, it is good. So I do have the sign-up sheet for the annual bocce ball tournament at Casa Farrell. Woohoo! So if you have any questions, I'm encouraging you, even if you're just a single, sign up. You may get partnered up with me, who's won it twice. So the theme for the dinner this year is, all right, she told me. Fresh market or market day, whatever it is. It's going to be the farmer's market. Yes, farmer's market, that's what it is. So I have no idea what that means, but it's always good. There's a fee for dinner, and then if you're playing bocce, you have a chance to win all your money back. So, but yes, it's a fundraiser for the church. 100% of proceeds go to the church. Winners of the bocce ball tournament take 50% of the bocce ball money. So, yes, it's a fun time. It's from 1 to 7, I think, roughly, depending on how late the games go. We try and keep it moving. So, I think that's all I have. Sign-up sheet will be in the parish hall after church. September 12th with a rain day of the 13th after church. And I got a text message this week that somebody from our past will be there. So, yes, but they don't want to say who it is, so it's a mystery. It's somebody from a little while ago. So, I have one more announcement that my wife made me promise that I would talk about. The growth and sustainability chats that we're getting ready to do. Please sign up for those. It's very important that the board knows how we want to move forward as a congregation. You know, they have their own ideas, but they want to hear from you. We need to assemble and get the ideas to them. That is the center, that is the whole of us. So please sign up for those. There's food. It's kind of a light atmosphere, but we want to get to know more about your ideas of what this church can be. So please sign up for that. Thank you.
Roz wanted me to let you know that there are scissors and paper bags, small paper bags, on the planter ledge for anyone who wants to snip pieces of fresh herbs to take home. Free to anyone who wants them. And on Sunday, August 23rd at 4:30, UU Northwest Indiana is hosting No Country for Mothers, a discussion about what motherhood today looks like. And there will be snacks, and socializing. The doors open at 4 and the movie starts at 4:30. So, and now, greet your neighbors. Say hi to someone you don't know. Settle down. And now please take a moment, turn off or silence your devices, and as you do so, allow yourself to enter into sacred time. Take a deep breath, and another, and join in the spirit of reverence. Now, as we do every week, please join in reciting our affirmation of faith, the words for which are printed in your order of service and on the screen. Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth is its sacrament. Service is its prayer. And this is our covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. The flaming chalice is a symbol of Unitarian Universalism. When we light the chalice in worship, we illuminate a world that we feel called upon to serve with love and a sense of justice. Please join in lighting our chalice by reading together the words on the screen and in your order of service. We gather this hour as people of faith, with joys and sorrows, gifts and needs. We light this beacon of hope, sign of our quest for truth and meaning, in celebration of life we share together. And now please rise in body or spirit to join in singing the doxology, the words for which are written in your order of service and on the screen.
Our invocation is by Nancy McDonald Ladd. We whose journeys are always beginning, we whose mission always awaits us, we whose visions are bent on loving, we gather together here. We gather as a community drawn together out of common need. We gather together with questions, the kinds of questions that have no easy answers. We gather with the hope that pulses on through untold suffering. We gather with tenderness for one another that can only be known from knowing human blessings and human failures. Our grief is holy ground, and so we gather on this holy ground, thirsting and hungry for meaning. Drawn to the source of all weeping, all devotion, and all grace. In this quiet time, may we who are hungry and sorrowful find nourishment and rest. Now, if you would please rise and body your spirit for our opening hymn, number 1031. I believe that's in the teal hymnal. May I be filled with loving kindness.
May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. May I be whole. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be whole. May we be filled with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be filled with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. May we be whole.
Each week, we share a portion of our Sunday offering with a social justice cause outside our church walls in a program called Loose Change for Social Change. Donations in the baskets will go towards sustaining the operation of the church, and the money in the cups goes to Loose Change. This month's Loose Change goes to Humane Wildlife Indiana, which rescues and provides sanctuary for animals in need and provides education for the community. For those not with us in person today, there's an online link for both one-time and regular donations. Can I get 4 volunteers to come up and carry the cups and baskets? For your prayers, your presence, your service, and your gifts, we are truly grateful. In the center of our service and in the center of our lives, let us pause to honor the silences of the world. Let us open our hearts to the place of quiet, the silent prayer for the healing of pain, and the soft, gentle coming of love. Let us pause for a moment of silence. You are now invited to light a candle in memory or hope, or just sit quietly as the music holds you in meditative space. This light is for all those at home. Now let us fill this sacred space with the names of loved ones we hold close in our hearts this morning, some suffering in sorrow, some celebrating in joy. Tommy. Lynette. Diana. The breath of nature is upon us, the spirit of life is within us, and the community of love is around us. So be it. Amen. Joys and sorrows are a time to share personal joys that you are celebrating so we can celebrate with you as a community. It's also a time to share personal sorrows that weigh on our hearts so that we can support one another in times of sorrow or grief. Please keep in mind that this part of the service excludes our online members, friends, and visitors, so please be brief. Roz will come around the room with the microphone, and we ask that you share your name. Those with sorrows that were too tender to be expressed, know that we keep you in our hearts. Now please remain seated for the hymn number 123, Spirit of Life, in the gray hymnal.
That hymn has brought me to tears in the past. It's really wonderful. Our story for all ages, The Zacks, by Dr. Seuss. The Zacks. One day, making tracks in the prairie of Prax, came a north-going Zacks and a south-going Zacks. And it happened that both of them came to a place where they bumped. There they stood, foot to foot, face to face. "Look here now," the north-going Zacks said. "I say, you are blocking my path. You are right in my way. I'm a north-going Zacks, and I always go north. Get out of my way now, and let me go forth." "Huh, who's in whose way?" snapped the south-going Zacks. "I always go south, making south-going tracks. So you're in my way, and I ask you to move and let me go south in my south-going groove." Then the north-going Zacks puffed his chest up with pride. "I never," he said, "take a step to one side, and I'll prove to you that I won't change my ways if I have to keep standing here 59 days. "Oh, and I'll prove to you," yelled the south-going Zacks, "that I can stand here in the prairie of Prax for 59 years. For I live by a rule that I learned as a boy back in south-going school. Never budge. That's my rule. Never budge in the least, not an inch to the west, not an inch to the east. I'll stay here, not budging. I can and I will if it makes you and me and the whole world stand still." Well, of course the whole world didn't stand still. The world grew. In a couple of years, the new highway came through, and they built it right over those two stubborn Zacks and left them there standing unbudged in their tracks. Thank you. Thanks for having me up here again. So in the Falstein-Corman family tree, it is written that Joseph Yosel Falstein was born in 1877, the third child of Mordecai and Leah in the Nemirov, Ukraine. Yosel was the last of the family to come to the United States in 1922. He was called Yosel the Golden, the proud one. When he walked, he kept his head high as if to say, "Here comes Yosel," and the people respected him. He married Baska, and they left 3 daughters and 2 sons. He engaged in business and earned a nice living until the communists took over. He left town and went to Romania and then to Belgium. It took him 3 years to get to this country with his family. When he got to Chicago, he inquired about the fruit market there. We told him to forget it because it takes a lot of money to do business here. He finally got a job in a factory as a cutter. He worked there for about 2 years and quit. He started peddling among his landslide. Yosel's oldest child was Sonia, born 1911 in Nemirov. She was the treasurer of the Emma Lazarus Club Chicago chapter, an organization formed to combat anti-Semitism and racism and to nurture positive Jewish identification through a broad program of education and women's rights. The Emma Lazarus Club attracted a membership of leftist, largely Yiddish-speaking women. She was proud of her singing and would give concerts of Yiddish folk songs at Jewish community centers. She was especially proud when her grandson would join her on stage to play the piano. Sonia bore a daughter, Lenore, a woman who knows right from wrong. We have Great Nuts and Cheerios for breakfast, never Frosted Flakes. Life cereal, that's a treat. You stand up against racism. You demand to be heard. Lenore would say, well, that's not how we do things, or that's not what we believe, using the collective pronoun as a sign of automatic agreement. This line of self-assured, proud people runs all the way to the pulpit where I stand today. The great-grandson of Yosel, the grandson of Sonia, the son of Lenore. I am 54 years old, with a master's degree in social work. I was, until recently, the executive director of a nonprofit for 20 years. I have a wife of almost 28 years and 2 wonderful children. I am a political radical, believing with all of my heart that the cause of the great misfortunes around the world stems from capitalism and that an egalitarian society is possible. I like to quip that you are entitled to your opinion, even if it's wrong. I have a fair amount of confidence. I never knew Yosel, so I can't say for certain, but surely he harbored doubts. His trip to the United States was a difficult one. He and his family languished at Ellis Island for months before being sent back to Belgium, dependent on his larger family to send him more money to make the trip again. He was a factory worker. He was a peddler. Sonia, she did not have a close relationship with her son's family, and she did not show much affection. She was proud, and she loved me, my brother, my sister, but she was not effusive in that love. And my mother, well, she has many doubts. I'm not going to get into them today. But as for myself, I don't have any doubts. No ifs, no ands, no buts. I'm a rooster, cock-a-doodling at 5 a.m. in the morning, letting the world know, except I'm never up at 5 a.m., right? Letting the world know that I'm here, I'm proud, I'm to be reckoned with. Yeah, okay. We'll talk to my therapist about that one. Figure that out. So to be certain is a powerful position to hold. And it's often held in error to our individual and collective chagrin. I mean, how much do we really consider to be certain? Or better put, to what extent do we will ourselves to not live in a state of constant uncertainty? I mean, certainly, I was going to make it to church today, but you never know. I mean, certainly Jeremy is going to wow us with his musical talents, but there's an off chance that today is not his day. But we're pretty certain about that. How many of us were certain before, but less certain now in the future of the American project? To live in a constant state of uncertainty leads to anxiety, and so we learn to live with uncertainty by embracing probability. I'm probably going to make it home after church. From this pulpit, we are often encouraged to embrace the mystery and flourish in the uncertain. Our fourth principle is a free and responsible search for truth and meaning, and I believe it holds this balance between certainty and uncertainty. UU Minister Paige Getty says that as a faith tradition, Unitarian Universalism makes sacred the right and responsibility to engage in this free and responsible quest as an act of religious devotion. But to make things complicated, she adds, institutionally, we have left open the questions of what truth and meaning are, acknowledging that mindful people will, in every age, discover new insights. So truth and meaning, it's an ever-moving target. Understandably, what we hold true today might not be so 50 years from now, but that depends on your perspective, and that perspective is often defined by your status in society. I mean, transgressions of the past are normalized today with phrases such as, well, back then we didn't know any better, or that was just the way things were done back then. Well, you can be sure that there were people back then who in fact did know better and did not want things done that way. Back then, we used racist images for entertainment. Well, we didn't know better. Those who include themselves as part of the we are those who didn't, or in fact don't have, still today, their ears and hearts open to those who cried out for change. If truth and meaning change, then we must always have our ears, we must always have our hearts open to that change, part of the movement forward towards justice. And despite this ongoing search that we undergo for truth and meaning, the author of After the Good News, Nancy MacDonald Ladd, reflects on liberal Protestants, of which we're part of the liberal Protestant history. Liberal Protestants are utterly and damnably sure of ourselves. Her take is that with our religious commitment to progressive ideals and our certainty that the arc of history bends towards justice, we are on the right side of history. We're going to get there. But this certainty is born in the privilege of being mostly white and educated, highly educated. Not only are we highly educated, but for the most part, we're always learning. Not only are we highly educated, but it is in our principles to continue the search for truth. It's in our principles to continue that education. It is a key part of who we are. And yet, that puts us in a position of ever having to search and grow. If anything, we are certain that the search must continue, and it is a point of pride. There is certainty in our uncertainty. Now, I don't claim to know much about philosophy. I took some philosophy courses in college, and then I got to epistemology, and I was like, what the heck is going on here? But the philosopher who I guess it was epistemology, Ludwig Wittgenstein, wrote that a doubt that doubted everything would not be a doubt. Wittgenstein claims that all doubt is enmeshed in belief, and therefore the most radical forms of doubt must be rejected, since they form a contradiction within the system that expressed them. So if you doubted everything, then you were certain in your doubt it would come back around. If you tried to doubt everything, you would not get as far as doubting anything. The game of doubting itself presupposes certainty. So, we are a non-creedal faith, open to a wide variety of belief systems. Ours is an ever-searching, ongoing quest for understanding. Our interfaith brothers and sisters gather in their houses of worship with some semblance of certainty. They hold the many mysteries of the universe. They have They hold those many mysteries, but they also have their particular faith deity held in the collective that provides comfort. Unitarians embrace the mystery as part of our lighting the beacon of hope, a sign of our quest for truth and meaning. We are, in fact, certain that we are forever searching and growing, and it can be a little tiring. Our capacity to live in this particular circumstance is made possible. We can do this, because we have good support systems. We have a loving faith community that walks on this journey with us, so that together we can walk farther. But then doubt creeps into our minds. And we're no longer willing to engage in actions that appear futile. You want concrete results. You want clear signs that we are moving forward as a community. And as a progressive people of faith, we can do better. We can do better in our tactics. We can do better in our planning. But a perceived lack of outcomes should never stop us from searching and acting. It is in the midst of uncertainty that we continue to act. And in my preparation for this sermon, I came across a website called Svara, a traditionally radical yeshiva, in an article by Shava Shapiro. They question, are our actions effective? Did the vigil here last week, did it change anything? Did my 20 years as a nonprofit executive make a dent in the poverty facing the community in which I served? I mean, we do all these things. What change is there? And Shapiro reminds us that it is because of this uncertainty that we must act. The Mishnah is an early set of Jewish writings that interprets and set laws as derived from the Torah. And in the Mishnah there is discussion of the principle of pikwak nefesh, or the preservation of human life. And that preserving a human life overrides all of the other commandments as set forth in the Torah. The preservation of human life overrides the laws about keeping kosher. You can not keep kosher if it means that you are going to preserve a human life. Observing the Sabbath. If you have an opportunity to preserve a life, then you do not have to observe the Sabbath. You should not, in fact. Fasting on Yom Kippur. Even if there is doubt that said life is in danger, you must break the commandments in order to act. You don't know whether or not you will be effective in your protests, but you are obligated to do them anyway. Shapiro writes, our moral universe is structured not around certainty of success, but around the refusal of complicity. We are accountable not for outcomes we cannot control, but for the actions we fail to take when action is possible. And so we must see the forest for the trees. We must understand that the search for truth, meaning, and justice is a long game. The revolution will not happen in my lifetime. And yet we continue to lay the groundwork both for our eternal salvation and for those who come next. We must keep the candle lit even in the midst of our uncertainty. And in the meantime, it doesn't hurt to hold a little pride to add certainty to our walk, like Lenore does, like Sonia did before her, and Yossel the Golden did before her. Now, if you would please rise in body and spirit. Yeah. Closing hymn 1018, Come and Go With Me in the teal hymnal.
Come and go with me to that land. Come and go with me to that land. Come and go There'll be freedom in that land. There'll be freedom in that land. There'll be freedom in that land where I'm bound. There'll be freedom in that land. There'll be freedom in that land. There'll be freedom in that land where I'm bound. There'll be justice in that land. There'll be justice in that land. There'll be justice in that land where I'm bound. There'll be justice in that land. There'll be justice in that land. There'll be justice in that land where I'm bound. There'll be singing in that land. There'll be singing in that land. There'll be singing in that land where I'm bound. There'll be singing in that land. There'll be singing in that land. There'll be singing in that land where I'm bound.
I invite you now to join in reciting the words in your order of service and on the screen to accompany me in extinguishing the chalice. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
The benediction by Nancy MacDonald Ladd. And now through sorrow and pain abide, though sorrow and pain abide, let us gather what strength we have, what confidence and valor and faith. We live to tell the glory of our days, and in this telling, as in this weeping, we are not alone, but connected in mystery and wonder through the veil of our own pain, to ourselves, to each other, and to all that remains holy. Even in times such as these, may it be so, and amen.
I have this gift of faith. I will return to God. But one thing I have learned, when all else fails, just life goes on. The dust will be reborn, and dance till life goes on. We may not be alone, but we have joined the song. Life goes on. Life goes on. I have the gift of faith. I will return to dust. But one thing I have learned, when all else fails, trust life. One more time. I have the gift of faith. I will return to dust. But one
very much. Please join us in the parish hall for coffee hour and conversation.